is advised.
Hey everyone, this video is brought to you by Audible. Audible is offering you a free audiobook with a 30-day free trial membership. All you need to do is go to audibletrial.com/bgunlocked. The link is in the description below, and now enjoy the video. Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Champions of Hara, which, like I said, is a game that we've been sitting on for quite some time, that literally no one has talked about. I have seen nothing on this game at all. I don't know why. But, well, no, I can kind of see why. I can see this game being one of those that just falls under the radar.
Yeah.
Like,
Fell through the cracks.
it's like Champions of Hara, okay, like, it's not really promoted at all. But this game is not bad. Like, it has some pretty neat events, but for me, it kind of overstays its welcome.
Yeah.
I think.
Any game that because I say this every time, I'm big on time. I get a little fucking testy after like an hour or two, and I'm like, okay, I want to start.
Child?
Like, I am. But like when a game gives you expectations, it said 30 minutes per player. I believe my glasses are not on. It upsets me when it goes past that because it's like I do like prioritize my time, and I expect it to be one way, and it's not.
Right.
It just I don't know. It's a personal thing.
Yeah.
But it definitely.
I don't even look at those anymore. They're always wrong.
Yeah.
It's blatant.
I don't know where they.
It's just a blatant lie.
Yeah, I don't know where they get it. It definitely wasn't 30 minutes per person. There's also no way to tell that it's going to be 30 minutes per person because we ran into something at the end of the game that it's like that very well is going to make this run long.
Yeah.
So that always because like I don't know. It's just the fact that it's a Sunday night. I have to travel in the morning.
Right.
I don't like as much as I love staying up and playing games with everybody. It's like okay, I have to start.
No, exactly. No, I totally get it. Like I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. No.
That's actually not a. That's not even a complaint of mine, really. Like this game has a lot of cool stuff for it.
It does.
Like it has a lot of neat things that has going for it. But unfortunately, it kind of runs into the pitfalls of what this company kind of tends to do. The same thing Folklore had, not clear rules, mispronunciations, to where it's like, well, what happens if this goes off? And it's like, I don't know.
And then you're stuck like you have to make your own rule at one point.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, is that really even fair? It's like
right. And then so like exactly kind of what we're talking about. Let's go over the positives of the game. Yeah. Devin, go off.
Oh man, positives. Well, man, there's a lot of art. It sure does look pretty.
Yeah.
It looks great. I enjoy the numerous monsters. The event cards are okay. As far as story event cards, I like a little, like kind of a choice, like someone else would read it for me or something like that. But I mean, that one's nice and concise, gets right to the point. Because like as much time as Eaton that you spend like putting the dust cards out. I mean, when it involves dice, placing items. It really that stage is going to take a lot of time.
It is, yeah.
And I mean, this part isn't so bad because it's very straightforward. Each deck, but then the dusk phase is pretty rough.
Yeah. Do you remember Moonshiners of the Apocalypse?
Yes.
That's what that reminded me of.
And that not my favorite thing in a game. Okay, but we're supposed to be talking about what I like.
I really have one thing that I very much love about this game.
Yes.
The cards.
Yeah. I was going to say that. I'll let you cover that. But
well, you played Gloomhaven too.
I do really like that. And it's like, I thought it was cool. It's like, oh, I have this ability, which plays into this ability, and then I can do this. And they have them all pretty well constructed. I can learn, I can level up, which I always love in a game. I like some character progression. And then you get whatever color associated with that energy. And that's pretty neat.
Unless you're me.
Unless you're you, and you just get
pick one, yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like the card ability is very reminiscent of Gloomhaven, which is crazy because I believe this game came out before Gloomhaven.
No, surely not. No, I think they were just like talking about this at that last Gen Con. Gloomhaven was well established.
That's probably true.
Yeah, because if you got
I feel like they're getting the idea from Gloomhaven.
Probably.
They might have.
That
I mean, who knows?
Likely.
I don't know how far back it goes or who first started doing the double card nonsense.
This came out, in 2018. Okay.
And
then Gloomhaven. Kit 2017. I lied. So they stole this from Gloomhaven. But, I mean, that's not a bad thing. Like, they at least tweak it a little bit. You don't have to pick 2 cards to trigger, but you get an onboard ability and an in-hand ability, which I think is really neat because each card has 2 ways where you can combo off, depending on how you're playing them. And like you mentioned, you can gain upgrades, which obviously your upgraded cards are vastly superior than the ones you start with. But those are really cool. I like that a bit. Kat, what do you like?
I really enjoy the art. I just really like the style that it's done in. I do like that it's all vibrant. Is a bit visually overwhelming to look at times, the map. I wish the monsters were a little more obvious, because they can start to kind of just blend and mush.
They very much
like it
do.
Mushes the board.
But like they say, they have the other side that's darker.
Yes, and I definitely can see why. Like I said, I have not seen the other side, but I definitely.
And they recommend using that side the first time you play in. But it's like, oh, we have the prettier side, and then the more darkened side that makes everything on the board shine a lot more.
Yeah, that's true. But it's like, then why make the other side?
Yeah, I want to use the pretty side because it's pretty.
Right.
They put the work in.
because it is very pretty, and it definitely shows like the features of the individual panels. I like that,
like the different regions of Hara or whatever.
The miniatures are beautiful, and like the generic gist of the game is really good too. I like the fact that once you like switch off these powers, like once you rotate, you're getting something different each time.
Yeah.
Unless you're the first player.
Right, but then you get to go first.
But then you're the first player.
But it almost seems like that those like. It feels like they made this game to where you're competing. There's a lot of like abilities that just if you kill this, steal an energy, or it's like, oh great, now I'm going last, but man, I get to deal 1 more damage.
Just because we played it co-op, it has a competitive side, right?
Yes.
So that's why.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That like it sounds like the co-op was almost last minute.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh hey, you can kind of work together.
They wanted to have their cake and eat it too. They wanted to reach out to more people. They wanted to be diverse.
Right.
That's kind of where like my positive, like, and it's got like some creative stuff too. I should say that. Like I like the little quotes that like are personal
on the back of each card.
That's nice.
I like very much the uniqueness of all the characters.
Yeah.
Like they did the same thing with Folklore, where it wasn't your traditional fantasy. It was the Euro, like Folklore fantasy, which is the game. But here, they did the exact same thing. Like, this guy looks so cool. And he's a gunslinger, which is, that's pretty neat. Yeah. So, and like the fact that everyone plays completely different, even the different uses of their energy, like going up, I mean, mine is just all gold, so it wasn't that different. But like with you guys, your green cards and your red cards and your blue cards were a different build for that type of character, which I think is pretty neat. Yeah,
it's very personal, and it's easy to kind of customize and see what you want to do. Yeah.
But there's just that overhanging but, at least for me, where the game is very... So what they've done is they've made it scenario-based, which is weird in how they did that. Not the fact that it's scenarios, it's individual character scenarios, which makes it seem like there's a campaign, but there's not. Like, literally, we did the one that was for Icarus, and it was like his battle with the Witch King, which theme is awesome. I think that's really cool. But to do that's how you unlock one of his abilities. But then you just mark it and say that you have it, but there's really nothing stopping you from just going like, well, I have it. Yeah. Like, I would almost like there to either be a campaign to go through, a legacy kind of thing, where these cards are like hidden behind envelopes and you have to do scenarios to unlock and progress your character, like Gloomhaven or stuff like that. But they didn't do that. They just had open scenarios and you have the cards already.
Say like, how about I just have all of those?
Yeah.
How about we all just have all of those?
Yeah, why can't we just also just have generic scenarios where we can all just do that instead of me feeling special and you guys like
we're just your random...
You're my bodyguards.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Or like encounters that it's like, well, I guess this guy is here and we don't want the witch thing that he brought in with him.
it's odd, and I'm not.
So much better than my ultimate.
Yeah, your ultimate was kind of fucking stupid.
Yeah,
but,
it was.
Oh, but what's it called?
Which one?
The so much better ultimate.
Cyclonus.
Yep, we get that if we do your scenario, which is unlikely allies.
It's immediately enter title form, then do 2 damage.
But here's what's also fucking stupid. So, to do your scenarios, unlikely allies, to get that, I mean, there's a little unlocked thing, so we check it to see, oh, we can actually have it. That's 2+ players. Okay, that's fine. To do your other scenario, it's called the Cure, you need 2, 4, or 6 players. To do your third one, it's solo.
Oh, I bet that one's team-based. I bet it's 2 teams.
It might be. To do mine, it's 2+ players, something wicked. Yeah. To do my other one, 6 players.
Jesus.
6 players to do one of yours?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. The first team to earn 4 scenario tokens wins. And it's like...
And you can control other...
You can, but that'd be stupid. It's just like... It's like they almost... They wanted a campaign legacy style without actually putting in the effort to make it like that.
I feel like they wanted a lot of things, so they just added a lot of things.
Yeah, I mean, because that's interesting that they have the sign.
No, you're fine.
That it can be both a cooperative and a competitive in the same breath.
So but usually when that's the case, one of those is lacking.
Yeah.
Like, one of it's like, okay, did you want a competitive, but people were bitching, so you made cooperative rules? Or did you make it cooperative, but people were bitching and you made it competitive?
But then it's cooperative, but only one of you is like the hero,
right?
Like the main character, and the rest of you are just like, okay, I have
my
watered down.
Yeah, it's like great. We're working all together, so you can get something special.
Because like
but it's like if anyone picks up that character, then it's unlocked for them,
right?
Essentially. But I'm like, I am kind of on board to say that why don't we all just have all of our stuff and just play the game?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like, but then we don't. What's the point of playing the scenario? I mean, there's no reward.
Yeah, because there's interesting... Because, I mean, they have the ultimate. Yes. And that's not too bad. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it just varies which one you choose, which mine just... I pick somebody, or corrupted, and it's going to deal double damage. Yeah. And it's a free action.
Yeah.
So, or I have the spawn. But then they have these passives. And I can see someone who has unlocked their passive before someone else being quite a bit more powerful, because like mine is I can spend a spirit and return my life and death to neutral. So
that's good.
Like, so I can go right back to normal, so then I can start working on death to deal more damage.
Right. Mine is Silver Tongue. Icarus and his Grimslingers may freely give each other items as though they were on the same space.
I mean, they're not terrible, but they do give you a leg up.
Right.
They're not like too overpowered.
Yeah.
My passive is just okay.
My other ultimate is Magic and Metal. Discard up to 3 items and gain that many bullets and spirit.
Oh, wow.
But I have to do this scenario to be able to have this. So technically we have it. But it's just weird. The other thing that I like, because I actually think that the monsters are really cool and and unique, like a Gruffalo. That's really cool.
Yeah.
They're all very pretty, very pretty,
very very beautiful artwork.
Yes, it's very cool.
But my other kind of thing is that they're just there. Like
at some point you're like, no, I just want to fucking focus the bad guy.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's how, in this particular scenario, that's how we won.
And you can't do cleanup, is my thing. Like, you can't just clean up the board and then try to attack him.
And because Devin was like, I know Devin was wanting to go out and fight some of these monsters, but it's like, but why? They're not going to go after us. They're not going to do anything. This whole side of the board is just covered. We're never going to go over there. This is how we win, so we'll just keep targeting him. Yeah. Like, if you can do 6 damage, it's like, I know you want to kill the Leviathan, but... 6 damage to this guy. Yeah. You don't gain anything for killing this guy except more energy.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I am early games when you want to kill monsters. It seems.
Yeah.
I mean, the energies are nice. I mean, once you get your thresholds on the main 3, you're pretty sated at that point. It's like, okay, I've got everything I need.
Exactly. And I think there was kind of a point though where it was like I was really into this. I was enjoying the combinations, but it was like, boom. Okay, now what? Like, there was nothing extra. Like, once we started pilling him for damage, well, then we were like, okay, we were doing him after all of our turns, reread it, and then it's like, oh, no, after each of our turns. So now it kind of ramped up, but it didn't make it any more exciting, honestly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we started taking a lot more damage.
We did, but...
That's not exciting.
I don't know.
It certainly amped up the kind of, anxiety.
Ouch.
But there's no real downside for you guys dying.
That's true.
Like, in this particular scenario...
I willingly died.
Oh, yeah, I was sitting there and I was like, Oh, well, he's doing his fire breath? Okay. I still have those power things, so I'll, I just won't take damage.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, it was kind of boring. And this was my specific scenario, and I didn't really have a whole lot of fun. At a certain point, really about an hour and a half in, that was kind of like we got into it, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have all these cool enemies. I'm not gonna go after them. I don't need those items. I don't need the energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would I? I can't die. You guys are dishing out enough damage. You're gaining all the energy to level up.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I did my job. I destroyed the rifts. Have at it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It was kind of cumbersome at one point.
Yeah, because I can see you definitely being like, well, why don't I just stay away?
Yeah.
And just let you guys who can die go after the boss.
Yeah. Because
as long as your stations are up, you're safe.
As long as my station's up, he cannot damage me. The enemies can. I can still take damage that way. But you're right. Why didn't I just run away? It's because I wanted to help. It's like I wanted to participate, and I only ever gained one card, which still is 4 damage. Like, it's not bad, but I don't know. This game had quite a bit going for it. Yeah, it does say 30 minutes per player. But it's just kind of like with Folklore. It's like, yeah, you have a lot of really cool aspects, really cool ideas, but there's not enough to keep me engaged. Like, I don't have... If there was, like, a bunch of just scenarios where we could all be on the same side doing just objectives or campaign...
Yeah.
That would show progression that, okay, now that we've done this level 3 campaign, like, where it goes over all of our stories together as a collective group, where it's like, okay, you know, level 2, we're going to get this, but that's going to help us do this, and, like, actually have a progressive story, then I'd be more inclined, because it's a cool world, the heroes, the champions are really cool and unique, the card play is awesome, the monsters are bright, vibrant, but if it just changed, and it doesn't, it's random scenarios that give you a reward. Mm-hmm. Hell, even the corrupted are fucking cool. Have their own unique, like, abilities, and based off of, you know, they have their 3 abilities based off what they roll, and then they have the scenario abilities. Mm-hmm. Love all that.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just don't want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, with that being said, like, the world shift, that's so fucking fiddly. Cool in theory, but constantly being like, oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yep, you take that one. That's gonna...
And considering there were, like, almost every space on some of these were filled up with, like, monsters.
Monsters, and then the minis. It's just like, okay, great, that's gonna stay like that. This is coming over here. And they were all literally... Okay, they're not all the same. Most of them are the same. Prove your worth. 6, spend energy, take 2 damage, or Dreamstone. Okay, great. If you're in this spot, you deal 1 more damage. If you're in this spot, deal 1 more damage. There are a few in here that are different, though. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and then I like the events, like you mentioned, the kind of choices.
Right.
Like, those are cool.
Some benefits. I mean...
But it's just...
It is, like...
It's fiddly.
It's fiddly. It's a fun... Like, I had fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good game. It's got a lot going for it, but there's a little something missing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And I honestly
but it's there.
I think it's just the fact that they didn't think an overarching story through. Mm-hmm. I honestly think that's what's missing, because
maybe that's
it's like, what I'm thinking is it's missing the what's the point. Give me the point of going out and do this. Give me the drive to want to.
That's a good way to put it, because that's exactly what I was thinking. It just feels like it was trying to do too much.
So we're protecting a dying paradise.
Yeah. And then there's the scenarios in the back. I mean, even if it was like a... I mean, because, like, really, it's... You want to just beat the corrupted.
Yeah.
And have something centered around that. But the reward aspect, where it's like, it's my specific scenario, so I'm important. Or if it's yours, you're important.
Okay. So they have something here at the beginning. So playing a story arc... So I guess we play a versus arena, is how it's supposed to be played. And then their character is crowned the new champion of Hara. And offered a single wish by Hara's stewards as a reward. The champion's wish options each correspond to a different scenario. Although scenarios are standalone, and can be played in any order on their own sessions. Players are encouraged to follow a story arc. Story arcs begin when playing in the versus arena. Match to determine a champion. The champion will then have choice of 2 scenarios related to their character's story. This is a recommended way of experiencing Champions of Hara, but it's not mandatory. Players are free to select and play whatever game modes they wish. Players should reset the game entirely between the 2 games of a story arc. After successfully completing a scenario, a player will unlock a special progression card as a reward for their efforts.
That's
how they went. That's how you went. They want you to fight. Hey, I'm a champion because I guess we're all immortal or some shit.
That's like they're expecting.
That is disgusting. That is fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Hey, play our game against each other, and then you're special. Then go play another bullshit scenario so you become even more special. That is fucking stupid. I hate that.
It just seems like so intensely.
It's
specific.
like, why would you do that? Why would you sit there and be like, hey, play, like, because you restart. It even said, oh, start all over.
Yeah.
Like, and then we all fight each other. So we still do this whole thing, but now, oh, by the way, I'm going to make you a Grimslinger so now I can control you.
Yeah.
Now I can actually make you, like now, with my level 4, like, oh, I'm going to have you deal 4 damage to this person.
Once again, just trying to do a little too much.
Yeah, and then it's like, well, we did that. We spent 3 hours doing that. Okay, yippee. Oh, you guys are mad at me? Well, too bad. Time to do my special scenario that when we succeed, we get my special card. That is asinine.
It's like I definitely see why they would want to try to do something like that. It's very unique. It's an interesting concept. Put into practice, I would not want to do that personally, because I would want to switch it up at some point.
Okay. Well, it sounds like they're very proud of both of their playstyles. We haven't played Versus.
True.
Yeah. I mean, I can see Versus being. I mean, it just depends on the group because. Yeah. I mean, they give you the option of playing nothing but cooperative.
I know.
But
yeah. And that's what we went for. But yeah, it's just like imagine this, like with all these monsters and stuff, and. Really, what you'd be doing is you would just be going around trying to compete to kill these to level up faster than your opponents.
Yeah, I don't know.
Which that makes me think of Black Rose War, but not as good.
But Black Rose Wars is amazing.
Because they knew what they were doing. Because it wasn't also trying to be.
Well, they weren't trying to. Yeah, they weren't trying to do every single genre of game.
Yeah, and that is just my personal opinion. I think it's just they're dipping their hands into too many pots, and they're just trying to.
I mean, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
I like it. I would play again.
I don't know if I would.
Really?
I don't.
I'd play it again if you asked me, but I wouldn't seek it out.
Because it comes down to like if it's wanting to be story driven or campaign like I have Gloomhaven. Like I have Tainted Grail. I have all these other campaign games that actually have a consequential story that just like actually ebbs and flows into one. It's not like this knee-jerk fucking okay, hey, actually you all fight each other and then you're on a team later. You were talking about Joan of Arc where it's like, why would I attack her whenever the Terrasque's there? Like, what's the theming for us? Why would we be fighting as champions and all of a sudden be like, oh, cooperative time?
Right. Well, I mean, they said because you're the champion. I guess we're immortals or some shit.
Yeah.
And we're just like, haha, I am the champion today. Ha-ha.
Right. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't do it. But like I said, they do have good things going for it, but Folklore was the exact same. We had that exact same thing where it's like,
just like
a lot of good things.
That dice system just really, like everything else was great, but that little dice system just really irked you.
Yeah, there was something in Folklore where it's like, man, all this stuff is so cool, but I don't want to try it again.
Also, crafting was balls.
Right, exactly. So they once again try to do too much. They can't hone it in. They can't streamline it.
Yeah.
This game's not streamlined. That's the word.
Streamlined.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. Well, I'm ready to rate.
I don't know. It's like I don't hate it as much as you do.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, not saying you hate it. Sorry, it's just the word we throw that around politely. But it's like I'm not as disheartened but I'm like also would I play it?
Like
would
if
I take
I
it home? Would I buy it from you? Would I be like, oh yeah, this is great? Anyone want to play? Anyone want to play? Okay.
No one. Hey, well, there's solo scenarios. But that's the other thing.
Solo, I'm
but I guess, right? It's like, but that's the thing. It's like you have these solo scenarios in here, but based off what they want you to do, hey, you guys want to help do the verses so I can then play by myself? And then unlock nothing, because there's nothing in here. It's just...
Yeah, given that you can... let's say, hey, play it however you want, but then that kind of breaks the strange theme that they're creating. Right. It's weird. It's just weird.
This game is weird, and the more we talk about it, the more I get why no one
is talking
about it.
Yeah, it's missing some... Ooh, something.
It's missing permanence. It's missing something that's going to make you come back to it.
Yeah, because you're going to be seeing the same monsters over and over. And the same
and even then, that's what I'm saying, is the monsters just...
how far through each of these decks did we make it? And there was 9 and 5.
So 14 cards total?
Plus the additional 2. So 16 in total.
There's 9 cards left.
So I guess we didn't blow through these decks too terribly?
No. And there is only that amount of monsters and then a certain amount of events. But that's the thing, is like, whenever you talk about variety, what's going to come out, that's the thing, is like, these things didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. They were there.
There's obstacles to increase your stress.
He was only ever going after me, so it's not like he ever ran this way to where we had to now fight through the monsters to get to him. He only focused me. We could easily game it. We gamed this guy. Where it's like, okay, great, I'm just going to stand right here. So we only ever stayed on this side of the board. And I took no damage half the time. So, yeah. So you have all these cool monsters that aren't there. They have uniqueness really in art alone. And like if they took ideas from Gloomhaven has all those unique monsters, but guess what? You interact with them. They move, they fight, they do special abilities. The scenarios are progressive. You do this, then that gives you a reward, and it's like, boom, now that you've done this, you can go here or here. And then, if you do this left one, that's actually, you can't do right, so now there's a progressive story based off choices that you made. As well as true character progression that saves from game to game instead of just being like a throwaway.
Like, hey, did you win? You get a new card.
Yeah.
Did you lose? Oh, darn, try again later.
Yep, play it again.
Yeah, it is missing some core pizzazz.
Yeah.
Like, it's beautiful, very good, lovely art.
The card play is
great.
Is really good. Yeah. Even though it is the kind of like, it's not really the two.
And the heroes
system.
are unique.
The heroes are really unique. This guy is really cool. You're the axolotl with that. You're some death chick. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 10. 10 total heroes with their own unique decks, their own, I like the fact that you can slowly upgrade throughout the game. But it just seems like okay, great, I did that. And I don't know. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 corrupted that are relatively unique. Not relatively. They all have these awesome minis with their names on the bottom. Greenbrier, keep it up with that, because that shit is fucking awesome. I love it so much.
Just names on the bottom. It's great.
It's on everything. This is a Globlin pile. It's on even the fucking... This says Dark Rift. It's just great. But at the end of the day, it's not a beat 'em up. It's not like Street Masters where it's like, well, here's the boss. Now we're going to fight and beat the boss, and that's it. I don't know.
I don't know, because you have like such high numbers, and then it's just you're working on a boss, and it's just very grindy. It's like, did you deal damage? Did you? You dealt damage.
Because the first 30, 45 minutes was me running around, because you guys couldn't destroy the Dark Rifts. You had to beat up monsters before I could finally destroy them all. Then it's like, aha! Now we can attack him. Let's hope I don't roll for him to summon more. I'm only out of 6 bullets. I have no way of getting more because I didn't get my fucking card. That won't let me do it. It's cool in theme, art, card play, but at the end of the day, why would I play this when I have 5 other games that do everything better? That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, Cat scale 1 to 10.
I'm gonna give it just 5, just a regular old.
Right
5.
down the middle, 5.
I'm probably not gonna come back to it. I'm probably it's in the biggest part is I did have fun. I did have an enjoyable time.
You coined a new slur for
puddle
jumper.
Axolotls, yeah. And then wasn't there another one?
Oh, it was Jug Blower.
Was it Jug Blower?
It was a monster, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where are they? They were up here. No, I placed them on here.
She destroyed them.
Oh.
with her rift ability.
Yeah.
So you pulled up the Jug Blowers?
Yeah.
Jug Blower.
Yeah, Jug Blower. We're from the same. We're from
and actually, speaking
Check
of
this chick out. Isn't her art pretty
she's
awesome?
Gnarly. Yeah, she's gnarly. And that's why
the art is so fucking cool.
Anyway.
Then they have all these. They have the same keywords. That's the other problem. So they're not. That's why I said they're unique in art alone. But this is fucking awesome. They're not even really unique to the area. The area is just there. Like you might as well just have named them all the same or put them all on the same map. That's what I'm saying. If this one's like, oh shit, what does this one do? I get they might have wanted to streamline that to where you're not looking at a book of what they do all the time. So I did like that, but at the same time, it's like, boom, oh, armored aggressive. Oh, aggressive. Oh, armored aggressive. So,
bunch of monkeys.
Yeah, art alone is what is really what made the monsters unique, and then they lay there.
Yeah.
No, sorry, keep going. You did have fun.
So I had fun, but I'm gonna just give it that neutral rating just because of what it was trying to do. It just felt like it was too much. I already kind of touched on that just after like going through and seeing like the scenarios just don't feel like cohesive enough.
And it's
like,
not that they're not thought out, I guess. Like,
yeah, because like I mean, there was this scenario where you have to chase the, all the different power stations because each of you had a power station while you were fighting each other. And...
Oh yeah. All right, Devin, why don't you go ahead and rank it?
I'm just torn because I had fun, but yeah, it was just missing something. It's kind of grindy to fight the monster because there are other big monster games that don't feel as grindy. I don't know because it feels like you're working towards something different. But because this one's on the board, it's like okay, I need to go over, throw my cards at him so he takes damage. Right. And that is kind of vexing. It's just kind of
yeah.
Great. I only have like 70 more damage to deal. God. I don't know. I'm torn because I like certain aspects so much, but then I didn't like others so much. So I'm like, I want to give it a 7.
Really?
I want to give it a 7, but I'm being pulled back. But I know that I feel like I've given worse games a 7. So I'm feeling kind of guilty about that because I'm thinking about that old Western game that I gave a 7 to, and you were like, you gave that a 7. And I was maybe you're right.
The Western game.
Was it the one where we herd cattle?
Yeah, where you could steal cattle.
Western Legends?
Yeah.
God.
I weirdly liked that game but I'm I don't know if I would, I don't remember anything about it.
I know.
So it must not have been that great. I feel like this one was better, but I gave that one a 7, so I'm going to have to rekey that one to a 6. I'm going to give it a 7 because it feels good. I mean, it's not top tier. It's not great. It's not an 8. It's not a 9. It's okay. It's above average, I feel. But just missing something to put it above.
Right. I definitely follow that logic. I am going to give it I think I'm going to give it a 5 as well. I just think that the only thing that is actually unique about this game is their theme and their art. I can't even give them their card play because it's not theirs. They took the idea from Gloomhaven, and obviously that's not a knock. It's obviously Gloomhaven didn't legalized where they can only do the 2-card system, but they were the first ones to do it. And now it's oh great, what if we tried that? But now instead of playing 2, you play 1, but it has 2 abilities, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's the best part about the whole game. Hell, I even kind of think that saving up energy of your color for your ultimate to get your ultimate is really cool because then you have this one badass one-time use ability. That kind of feels almost solely like an Overwatch feeling. Unique hero, unique ability, ultimate ability. I like that. But everything else just kind of weighs it down. Like I mentioned, the monsters, it's just, they're there. They're literally there. The only thing that differentiates them besides their art is that some of them you can get a special unique item. Fuck, killing the Ice Phoenix, getting the Ice Phoenix down, that's awesome. That's tied specifically to that monster.
Right.
So that's cool. But,
yeah, that is pretty cool, unique items.
So I mean, I like that, but once again,
random,
you have to go out of your way to fight it. You get nothing for beating the Corrupted. The Corrupted's just kind of there.
Just a big tower of hit points.
Exactly.
Just keep throwing damage.
Exactly. He's a bullet sponge.
Yeah, and that is annoying. It's not satisfying.
Right, and I don't like that. I like the theme, but that's why I'm giving it a 5. It has good things about it, but it also has equally bad things, and that smacks it right in the middle. There's nothing here that's so good about it that I can elevate it higher. Because as we just did this whole discussion, it's like I sit there and I'm like, oh, this is good, but. This is good, but. And I absolutely despise that fucking fight everyone, you're the hero, do your own special, unique power-up. I think that's fucking stupid. Either center the game around that, where it's a cohesive, actual campaign, where as you fight one another, then that elevates to something else. But as we've seen with games that try that, that's kind of like the near and far thing. Play this game over and over and over and over, and then by the end, well, whoever's the most powerful wins. Whoever has the most points wins. Because it's like, well, if I won, so now, like, imagine if we did that and I won. Well, now we have to do one of my scenarios. So now I get my magic and metal, where now I get my bullets, so that I can just fan the hammer on you guys, and then, like, but you don't have a special ability, like, because you haven't won, so you don't get to your scenario. I mean, they are standalone, so you can go ahead and do that, but why not just say everyone gets their fucking thing, and then we fight each other?
Yeah.
It's just fucking weird. I don't like it. So that's why smack dab in the middle of 5. It's here. It exists. Because I think we gave Folklore, I think it was around a 7.
Yeah.
Was kind of where it was at. And I would go back and play Folklore before I play
7's definitely my most frequently used rating.
Right. And everyone has their own rankings of
I'm kind of like IGN, you know,
everything.
It's always high. 7 is garbage, honestly, because everything's a 9.8. So I'm IGN over here. I'm just too nice.
Right, you just can't.
They paid me enough money.
Right.
So
Greenbrier slipped you a few hundos. Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, between this game and Folklore, I'd immediately go back to Folklore first, because at least that had a sense of progression. And story. This one is just
that's
fucking
true.
Weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our thoughts on Champions of Hara. Let us know what you think of the game in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you would like to see more of my content, go ahead and click that subscribe button and the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new content. If you feel like supporting the channel, you can go ahead and click that Patreon link to be taken to my Patreon, and any help is truly appreciated. Other than that, stick around for any other run-throughs or reviews or cool top 10s or whatever I feel like putting on. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.